Welcome back to Seen It Before. We're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
I'm Dan. And that's Grogu. And we also he's not our only guest today. We got our good friend Pooh back on the show again.
What's going on?
So we have The Boys, episode 4 for this episode.
The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that happened in the first 3 episodes. Little recap. I mean, just the end of that. We had Butcher's going crazy, basically. We have Homelander getting called by his mirror again. Just John.
Yeah. We didn't mention the naked guy.
Well, yeah, we're not getting there.
Eating out his ass. 7 times.
Oh, yeah, we didn't mention that. That's right.
And we didn't mention Becca and the ghosts coming back.
Yeah, so Becca is kind of like haunting Butcher right now, and it's like, because, Ryan's kind of his kid, sort of, kind of weird situation there.
Well, it's like Becca was his wife.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah. But I guess that's his conscience in a way.
She cheated on him.
Yeah.
There's more stuff we're going to get into in this episode about that. Anything else we missed going into this episode? I mean, that's really episode 3.
Did we mention the Frenchie shit?
Yeah, we mentioned the French shit a little bit.
I don't think we went in too much into Sister Sage, though.
Oh, we talked about her a little bit.
She's smart.
She is diabolical.
And they're fucking now.
She's next level. She's next level.
Yeah.
Like, she's actually scared.
Well, what she did in this episode?
She's actually scared.
Oh, we're gonna get
actually scared.
Yeah, no, she's got some stuff to her, and it's gonna be very interesting to see where it goes. But for now, let's get to it.
So The Boys, season 4, episode 4.
Yes.
Starts off with, I forget. I watched it at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
today.
you watched it very early this morning.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
The main points of this episode, let's talk about Homelander's arc this episode, because that's the biggest thing
Yeah, it's just
everyone's going to talk about.
It's like an hour of him torturing his abusers.
His abusers, essentially. Yeah.
And never before. I'm so glad I saw Schindler's List like last week. Because it was like, oh, we were just doing our jobs. Because they was,
But the best part of the episode, he brings in my favorite treat of all time, a Fudgy the Whale. Now, if you come from New York City, you understand as a kid growing up, a Carvel Fudgy the Whale was like top of the mountain. If you had that at your birthday party, you was that dude. So when he did that, I almost fell out of my seat. I was like, yo, this dude has literally tapped into all my core memories as a child. He brought in a Fudgy the Whale. And like a lot of people, unless you're from like New York City, you don't get the real significance of that. Like I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
Well, I always wanted to I don't think we ever had a Carvel up here.
No.
We never.
We have one. I think we have one now, yeah.
Oh, now?
There was one in Latham when I first moved
there. Yes, I never been to it. But I wanted to go to, and you never had Dairy Queens until the one they put in Colony a little while ago. And then I always wanted to go to Krispy Kreme. I literally, I'm not sure if I told the story on the podcast, but I literally, at 10 p.m. when I was up in Queensbury, drove down in the middle of the night to go get Krispy Kreme at Mohegan Sun.
Oh, wow.
So I drove.
Insane.
You didn't go to the one that was in Latham?
Well, 24
It wasn't
hours.
there, yeah.
Wait, there's one in Latham?
There was for a long time.
Yeah, no, this was only a couple years ago. Or no, it was a while ago. It was 6 years ago.
Yeah, but it was still
Krispy
Kreme's been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so beside the point, Homelander basically is he starts off with this guy Frank, I think. Was it Frank? Yeah. So Frank was the guy that kind of put him in the heat chamber to test if his skin would char. Oh man. And yeah, Homelander's like, why don't you get in there? Get in there. No.
That's not even the worst one.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. He got burned. And then
burned is an understatement.
Then there's the main guy that I think he was in season 1, right? The main scientist guy. Yeah, so
they killed off who played his other.
They killed off his creator.
Yeah, who was the creator though? It was some guy I know.
Yeah,
was that Dennis Hopper?
No. I cannot remember the actor's name right now, but yeah,
it's not
that guy.
Whatever.
That guy. The guy.
He the guy.
He the dead guy.
But yes. So Frank and then the other main scientist guy, I forget his name. It makes him jerk off in front of everyone. That was all right. That was wild.
Well, he was
but you like that at 4 a.m.
Like a shrunken mushroom.
Oh, it's gross.
Poor guy.
Well, they also dove into Homelander's backstory a little bit and how he came out of the womb.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
That was dark.
Yeah.
They said he literally rose out of his mother with his umbilical cord attached, flying. Like that visual is horrifying.
So why didn't I do that in Brightburn?
Right? Oh, Brightburn.
Brightburn is. I just watched that recently
Love
again.
Brightburn.
Yeah.
People hate on Brightburn.
It just felt that one just felt kind of like the premise was it. Like that was it. You know what I mean?
Hey, it
but
works.
when he took out his mom, that's rough.
Really
Yeah.
rough.
So
That was Homelander.
and then there's all this social media stuff going into this episode that like Anthony Starr needs an Emmy for this episode.
Yeah, he's killing it.
I mean, I wouldn't say needs, but he definitely proves he can act, and he's probably one of the best actors on TV right now.
Wow, that's a big say. I don't know.
I don't know about on TV right now, but like at least I don't know.
Can't think of anyone. Matt Smith, maybe.
Maybe.
Well,
He's up there.
Those are the only two shows I'm really watching.
Yes, yeah.
But Emma Darcy, last episode,
It's hidden. It's hidden. Yeah, it's hidden.
There.
which we'll talk about that later.
We definitely gonna talk about that later.
All right. So yeah, the Homelander stuff. Then his I guess therapist for when he was a kid comes in as well.
Well, she was part of the team.
She was part of the team. Okay.
And her role in the team, I believe, was she was kind of like the coordinator of all of it. So like you had like the head scientist, you had all the people that were still in the room, and that's why he's like, oh, I see some old faces, some new faces. It's like here's the weird part. No one asked, what were they still doing down there?
Oh yeah, maybe they're like preparing for Ryan or something.
It doesn't seem so because the room that he grew up in was like a storage room.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
So,
it's
They're still working.
maybe
in
it's
this
more stuff with
basement.
Gen V stuff.
Yeah,
maybe
because
like the
they're
virus.
still like in this basement doing what?
Well, okay, so Newman is the one working on the
virus.
anti-V or
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah.
want to call it. So maybe she like is contracting them out to come
Because
up
there's
with
the whole Singer thing, the Bobby Singer thing
Yeah.
that he's doing, which like there's a lot of different directions the show is going, and we don't know how it's all going to add up. It's
Yeah.
confusing,
They're getting political. They're using
Yeah.
like social media.
but I mean they've always been like that though. So I mean,
they're hitting a
They're
lot
hitting
of
like
notes.
actual.
So,
Because
yes.
that's my thing
Yeah.
last episode where like they were always like hitting on that kind of stuff, but they weren't like outright saying specific terms that
Yes.
are in real life.
Yes.
Now they're like
They're going all in.
Yeah.
They push the envelope all the way in.
yeah. All right, let's move on to another character in this one, Starlight and
Fake
Firecracker.
He's kind of an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Fake news.
Yeah. So yeah, Starlight is kind of getting radicalized by all the stuff Firecracker is doing, and she's kind of gonna go nuts. I feel like by the end of the season, she's gonna go nuts, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. It's the thing is, like, I thought she was smarter than that. She's
Yeah.
so clear she's goading her into
Yeah, she's getting
coming out to
played.
beat the shit out of her.
Yep, but like she can't let go of her own ego. I don't think.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, I think too, you got to remember her backstory with Firecracker is like all this time we've looked at her as like kind of the naive girl who was kind of pushed into stardom.
yeah, but now she's the kind of like a mean girl.
And now we feel like, oh no, she was a mean girl. She did all this other stuff, and it's like, like I said, this show has no redeeming characters,
no.
none.
Yeah, even Huey's kind of a dick.
Everybody's got something. You look at them, it's like, maybe Mother's Milk, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
MM wasn't really in
he's
this
a bad
episode.
father.
He's a bad dad.
Was he even in this episode? I didn't.
Yeah, he's in it.
Was he?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's in it
he's-
quite a bit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't think he did much this episode. He was just kind of
Just kinda
there.
like Butcher.
Yeah.
You can't
But
come,
yeah.
but you can come.
He come
It's all
anyway.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to Butcher.
Starlight's like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, she don't want. What are you doing here?
I love how he's just big dicked her though. He's like, it's my decision. He's in.
Yep. Let's head to Butcher now. So Butcher is
a little
kind
bit
of
of a twist there.
yeah.
I didn't know that he took the actual V.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, like, that's
He-
like the
That's
The worm is
what's
like in his
making-
body. We don't know what that's about.
kind of making him go crazy, and that's why he's seeing this vision of his dead wife. But I think there's another thing too. So I think the Jeffrey Dean Morgan character is also in his head. 'Cause
Yeah, that was the theory.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah.
I don't think.
We've
Yeah,
only seen him interact with.
with Butcher, we haven't seen him interact with anyone else. True. But does that also go to Huey? Because Huey also took V at one point. Is he going to start seeing things? Like,
He
is
didn't take it nearly as much.
Much.
Though.
Yeah, I think he only took it once. Yeah, I only think he took it once.
But still,
He got such a lame power.
yeah. But still, I feel like there's going to be some kind of side effect that's going to come up out of nowhere.
maybe. I
Well,
mean,
that's what happened to that the fucking church guy.
yeah. We don't know what the heck happened there.
I knew that fire extinguisher was going to come back.
Yeah.
Because I saw like it was like that's not a fire. That said what liquid nitrogen.
Nitrogen,
What
yeah.
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, yeah.
Like I knew that was coming back.
Why?
So just freezes his arm off and kills him. But yeah, no, like what the fuck happened to that guy?
It was just like ripped apart, man.
Frenchie. It was ended up fighting him because he went to look in Firecracker's trailer for evidence, I guess, right? That's
he got
evidence of something.
They're just trying to get dirt.
Yeah.
Then it turns out he only found Starlight's abortion papers.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yikes! I didn't. Wait, did we know about that from the last?
No,
season?
we don't.
No, that was
No,
new.
that was new.
And it was
Huey's kid.
Yeah,
Huey's kid.
So
Like,
that's a revelation.
He's like, oh, this was something private between me and you.
Well, it has been 6 months since season 3, so there is time in there.
But still.
Yeah,
it's like a big thing.
That was a huge thing.
I think you go into that, right?
yeah.
And then also with Huey, that whole thing with him and his dad, like there's and his mom showing up.
So we talked about that last episode where like we're thinking, oh, Simon Pegg is gonna have to take the V to live. Like, okay, so he was going in on that plan.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a little plot twist where like the mom actually administered it.
Yes.
So,
but I don't think she administered Huey's V. I think she had her own.
I think
she worked for Vaught.
Because
Remember, she sold all kind of supplements for Vaught.
well, see, I thought it was weird though because he left the room and left his jacket.
yes, which means she must have had something on her as well.
Yeah.
She didn't see him put that in his pocket.
She doesn't see him put it in his pocket.
She seems a little
Shifty.
Well, the thing is, she left her family to sell supplements for Vaught.
So if he had, he had the real V, right?
Yeah.
She has temp V. I don't know. Like I don't.
Well, Tempe was yellow or green, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
it was
Blue going in the vial.
So yeah, it was another one. So now there's another vial of V somewhere. Someone else is probably gonna have taken that as well. So
It's going to be very interesting how they play that out.
Well, now they're finally paying off with Simon Pegg.
Well, maybe.
being in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe Huey has to face his father in the end. Maybe Huey has to take V again and face his father. And that's good.
I don't think they're going that route.
What makes him evil though? He seems
Yeah.
like such a.
Well, what's going to
We don't
happen?
even
But
know
what's
what
going to
his
happen
power
to
is
him?
gonna be. It's
But what's
gonna-
going to happen to him?
I bet he's gonna be like an animal, like Beast Boy.
Because like there's that shot in the trailer where he's walking down the hallway with, in the hospital gown. So that's probably next episode.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And his dad was just like, what was his dad like into? Like just like game shows and books and stuff.
Yeah, James
Yeah.
Patterson.
James
books.
Patterson books.
We could talk to him for hours about it.
Man,
Who
I'm
else
just
we got?
wondering where the season's gonna go now because it's like
it's all over the place.
There's lots of different plot lines in this season.
like
And
holy plot lines, Batman.
Yeah,
like, there's
seriously.
like no less than 6, I think,
Probably more than that.
because they kind of do like offshoots. You got like the you have a little bit of like you got like Huey's and Kimiko's storyline. You got a little bit of Kimiko's. You got Homelander's obviously, Butcher's,
Starlights.
Starlight, and Firecracker, and then you got like a little bit of A Train.
Got Sage.
Yep,
And
Sage.
Sage, yeah.
is
So it's
new.
like, I don't know. I'm wondering, like, because the only other show I know that really handles all these sublines, subplots, and all these characters together is Game of Thrones. But I don't remember it being ever like this many in like one scene.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a lot. Because then there's like plot lines within the plot lines. You got the girl who used to be the head of Vought, who's human.
Oh, yeah.
She's picking her hair
Ashley,
out.
yeah.
Ashley,
Yeah.
her whole story. We don't know where that's going to go. I think she's going to go help the boys.
That would
So
be cool.
That's her only way out. I mean, she's realizing like I have no power here.
Yeah.
They're actually stepping up as soups. And
Well, she's definitely going to be dead if she does that.
that's what Sister Sage is kind of doing. She's like, look, you're a soup. You're better than humans.
Yep.
And then
Homelander's always been saying that, though.
yes, but now it's coming out. Like everyone's starting to like step into that.
Yep.
They're leaning into that. That's the deep. Look,
Yeah, now
he's-
the loser of
yeah.
the group.
And he's like, oh no, you can't talk to me like that. Like, wait a minute.
And A Train's going to flip. We know that.
clear.
Yeah, I
and
mean-
it's pretty clear that's going to happen. So he's probably going to die because he's getting a redemption arc.
Now him and Huey are cool.
yeah, in a weird way. This whole
in a
show
way.
starts.
You killed my
awful.
girlfriend, but you
think
gave me
about it,
feet.
that's the foundation of the show.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
He kills his girlfriend, and all of this stems from that.
It's wild.
It is. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
So then there's there's also New Noir. And then whatever the hell that's going to happen.
I
I
follow
really
up on
do
that.
not. I really do not like that character.
Oh, no?
Not this. The new guy. The old one I loved. I was like,
Because he didn't talk.
Well, he didn't talk, and I read the comic. I was kind of really like leaning into like, okay, they can really do something here.
They could.
And then when they went off book, I was like,
All right.
What I'm wondering is, does he have any powers?
Yeah.
I was talking to Pooh about this. I think maybe he has like some kind of super strength a little bit, but like that, I don't think he's got.
It could just be because you ever notice every time he speaks, Homelander gives him a look. He flashes him a look as if like, I really don't like you.
Yeah, it's like you don't talk.
You're not supposed to talk, like because he's very about his routine.
Yeah, but like at that same time, it's not that hard to just replace him again. Like, why is that guy special if he's like Homelander would just laser him in the face?
Yeah. So he might. I think he's gonna kill him.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably. Well, that's the thing. I want to see.
There's gonna be a lot of bloodshed in this season. That's for
Seen
sure.
a lot already.
Yeah, well, look, what Homelander left his therapist in. So she's gonna like suffocate and die in there, right?
Well,
She's gonna die of.
She's just
starvation.
in shock. She's gonna go crazy. If she survives.
Doubt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Although that's Earl and Randy's mom from My Name Is Earl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never watched that show.
It's so
All right.
funny.
So, what do we think is gonna happen going forward in episode 5 now?
Well,
Like, what are they teasing? Did anybody
the
watch?
Starlight shit is gonna go down.
Yeah.
Like
Is that gonna happen soon though?
Yeah, it's gonna
Actually,
flip.
yeah, that probably will happen soon.
I think the whole country's flipping on her. So like even like her alliance with the president, that's dead.
Yep.
You know, so
true.
she's gonna be an outcast.
Radicalized.
What's
She's gonna.
interesting is Singer is kind of openly discrediting Newman.
Yes.
Because like I'm not sure if
Well, I
it's-
don't know what's going on with
The
that.
politics part of it is really kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because he's the president now.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's the VP.
But he knows that she's a soup, and I think it looks like everybody else in the White House kind of
They're
knows
starting,
too.
yeah, they just kind of know, but they can't do anything about it.
Right.
But he's trying to do something about it.
With the bill.
Yeah.
But now he can't get the support because Starlight is done.
So that whole thing, they're playing that whole, like, okay, we're going to do the whole governmental thing. And it's like, the world's going to collapse.
Yeah.
It's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Homelander to just fucking...
Well, is he going to become president at the end? Is
that
that
seems like the route they're going.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, emperor, because
he's going to probably kill Newman?
Well, it's what she said, Sister Say, she's like, no, don't go the route that you want to go. Because he was like, I just want to kill everybody. She's like, no, you need to come in as a savior.
And she'd be like the VP pulling all the strings.
Well, she's going to pull the strings. I think ultimately she's going to run the show from behind the scenes.
Yep.
He's a puppet. He was always a puppet.
What's her plan though?
That's what we're thinking.
That's the million-dollar question of the show.
Like she don't really like Homelander.
She don't like anybody.
Yeah.
She's way above everything.
Oh, that whole thing where she has to fucking numb herself with the lobotomy. I was like, oh,
because her brain, but she can be
her
killed.
brain keeps
Just regenerating. So she's so stuck in her own head, so smart that it's almost a weakness.
Yeah.
And that was a wild scene. That was a wild scene.
That's a weird relationship they got going on there.
I think it just works.
Like people with like higher IQs, like they tend to be more like depressed or whatever, because like
they're just too smart for the room.
Yeah.
True. Like,
I said it to a friend of mine once. I was like, dude, how does it feel to like walk in a room like I am surrounded by idiots? It's gotta suck.
All right, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap up this episode. So yeah, we're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE it Beforecast, and on Twitter with the handle SIB_pod. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny.
It's Grogu.
I'm Pooh.
He's Pooh.
I'm Pooh. You know.
Yeah.
I'm around.
Yeah, he's around.
You're gonna
He's
see a lot
around.
of me this season.
Yeah, yes,
Seen It Before.
because the very next episode we have is House of the Dragon. Where you're getting that out. You two are gonna be doing that one. I'm gonna be
the whole season.
Yep, you guys doing the whole season. I will be directing, so I'll be somewhat involved, but probably not really involved. But
Because
yeah,
he's lame and doesn't watch the show.
you're right. I am lame. I didn't even get to the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones. So yeah. But I got 2.5 seasons in.
I hadn't seen The Godfather until like a month ago.
I know, right?
All right, it was.
You can't,
Listen.
I got on you for that. You can't have a show like this and not watch The Godfather. How dare you?
Goodfellas is better than Godfather. Just saying. Anyway.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Me.
Disagree.
Okay.
It's snappier, but whatever.
Anyway, there's my hot take.
Hot take.
We'll see you next time.